Yo, what's good, guys? It's your boy AB Talks. I hope you guys are doing blessed. Such a beautiful day today. I had to go to the park and just cool my mind off because I feel like for me personally, I'm always indoors, and when I'm indoors, I kind of get depressed. Not depressed, but just bored, and I have enough to do. But I feel like as the weather's getting better, I've got something to do, and I could just refresh my mind because my mind needs the fresh air, the sun and everything, so the good weather. So today we're going to be talking about decisions. And this topic has been playing on my mind for such a while, that it just has to be spoken about. And I feel like if you're going through any problems, I feel like this is the video to watch to solve your problems. So decision making. I feel like you're always one decision away from making your life better, and you're one decision away from making your life worse. Let's start with, the decisions you can make to make your life better. I feel like for people who can relate, when you want to make a good decision, when you know that you're doing something right in your mind, in your heart, that you're going to get to where you want to be, you're always thinking about a big decision in terms of, should I do it right for me? But at the same time, people can be around people who, know what's best for them. So they're going to make a decision to, make a decision for the other people, not going to make the decision for themselves. And that is the hard bit, where you have to make a decision for someone that's going to make a decision for you because they feel like they know what's best for you. But what you got to understand, that's wrong, because that person's perspective on their life is different, but is different to yours. So anything they see within their life is reflective to yours. So anything they're going through, that's what you go through if you, listen to their decision or respect their decision or anything like that. But what you got to understand is, when you want to make your own decisions, you kind of want to isolate yourself away from those type of people, so you can make those decisions on your own, so you're grown up to make those decisions on your own. I feel like when you're slightly younger, it's a bit different because you're under your parents' roof, so they kind of know what's best for you. But when you're slightly older, you kind of can make your own decisions and know what's best for you, because it can be a bit difficult when you're, trying to get on your own path or be on your own path, and people are making, decisions for you, and it's really important to make those decisions that are going to shape your life. You feel what I'm saying? So I just know that when you are in a process of doing something good in your life, there's people going to be trying to say, oh, no, don't do that. It's not worth it. You just tend to be falling into the bad decisions because those people are making those decisions for you. And just falling into bad decisions can be a bit detrimental to your path into where you want to go. I feel like, the journey towards your goals dimmers a bit. It just lessens a bit. You feel what I'm saying? And you shouldn't let it happen like that. And it can get hard. It can get really hard to the point where you're just stuck in a limbo that you don't understand or can't fathom, to the point where you're trying to get to where your decision is by, battling certain cases of affliction in your life. And I get sometimes as well. I know that I'm on track. I know I'm keeping healthy. I know that I'm, make the good decisions to just keep myself right, keep my mind right, doing the things. But there's just one bad decision that I always make, and I just tend to just fall into the trap sometimes, because at the end of the day, look, we're not perfect, but we can just make improvements, you understand? So it's really important that, you also journal your thoughts to making good decisions, because we're just always one decision away from making a bad decision, and we're always one decision away from making a good decision. So it's really important, that we have to get our decision making sorted out. You feel what I'm saying? Because it gets hard and it gets tough, but at the end of the day, we can only improve on ourselves. Our current circumstances depends on the decisions we make. Our current circumstances depend on the decisions we make on a day-to-day basis, just like the Atomic Habits. I need to read that book, but if you read that book as well, I feel like decision making will be slightly more easier in terms of where you're trying to go with yourself and what you're trying to make out of yourself, because a lot of people overlook decisions. Like, you can say, all right, cool, it's Saturday night, what should I do? What's the decision I should make? Should I stay in? Should I, do a recap on my week, learn from my mistakes? Or should I just go out, link the boys and just go out for a drink? the fun fact is that you'll know that you need to stay in and do a recap over the improvements the fun fact is that you need to stay in and do a recap and make on the improvements that you need to do on your week. But instead you're just like, you know what, let me just link the boys because I haven't been out for a minute. And yeah, we would get, it's kind of crazy because our mind always plays tricks with us saying, all right, cool, you know, we're meant to be doing the right thing, but instead we're actually doing the wrong thing. Then that decision turns into another decision, then turns into another bad decision, to another bad decision, to another bad decision. Then you're at square one. Then you're like, oh, wow, how did this even get to play? So it's like those little decisions that you're making all accumulate and add up to something big, to a big bad decision. And in your mind, you have to understand and you have to know that, you know, we have to discipline ourselves to make the good choices, to make the good decisions, to play in our favor so we can have something better for ourselves instead of doing what they want to do, doing what the other people want to do, you know. You have to respect your own decisions to respect other people's decisions so you make a good decision for yourself, not making a bad decision so they feel good about it. So you're good in their eyes instead of bad in their eyes because you made your own choice and make your own decisions. So that's a food for thought, you know, process that you got to understand and understand to take in within yourself, you know, because I'm in the brink of doing good things, making good decisions for myself, and I couldn't care about what anyone thinks. If they don't care, if they don't like it, they don't like it. Simple as that. But yeah, I hope you guys like and subscribe to this video. Love and peace.